What's the funniest way you've studied for a test? I had the worst biology test coming up and I literally knew nothing. Like, I'm talking about the type of test where if you fail, you're basically repeating the entire semester. My friend Skylar told me she had this foolproof study method that got her straight A's. So obviously I was desperate enough to try it. She told me to meet her at the library after school. When I got there, this girl had printed out every single page of our textbook and taped them all over the study room walls. Floor to ceiling, like wallpaper, but make it mitochondria. I stood in the doorway staring at what looked like a serial killer's evidence board. Except instead of red string and conspiracy theories, it was just cell diagrams in the Krebs cycle. She's standing in the middle of the room with tape still stuck to her fingers, grinning like she just invented education. I go, Skylar, what is this? She goes, osmosis. Osmosis. Yeah, we absorb the information just by standing here. I blink. That's not how studying works. She shrugs. It worked for me. I wanted to leave, but I was already there, and also failing. So I stayed. We spent 2 hours just walking around the room reading random sentences off the walls like we were in some kind of educational museum. I'm squinting at a diagram of plant cells taped near the light switch. She's doing laps around the table, muttering about prokaryotes like she's possessed. At one point I sat down and just stared at the wall for 10 minutes, hoping my brain would download the information like a firmware update. Then the librarian walked by. She peeked through the window, saw the entire room plastered in textbook pages, and just stood there in complete silence for like 30 seconds. Didn't say a word, just slowly backed away like she'd witnessed something she wasn't supposed to see. I looked at Skylar and whispered, "She thinks we're insane." Skylar whispered back, "Let her think what she wants. We're getting educated." Test day came around. I'm sitting there with my pencil, staring at the first question, and I realize I can't remember a single thing I actually studied. But then something weird happened. I could perfectly picture where every single fact was on those walls. Like my brain took a screenshot of the entire room. Question about mitochondria? That was taped next to the door. DNA replication, upper left corner, near the ceiling. Photosynthesis, right above the trash can. I'm filling out answers based purely on wall memory, and it's working. I finished the test feeling like I just hacked the education system. A week later, we got our scores back. I got a 96. Skylar got a 98.